Hi, today's tip is all about the importance of invisible customer service. A great question for you to consider is your customer service so seamless that customers only notice when something goes wrong? Jeff Bezos of Amazon once said the best customer service is if the customer doesn't need to call you, doesn't need to talk to you, it just works. In other words, the best customer service is invisible. It just happens. The customer doesn't have to ask for it. It just gets done the way it's supposed to. So what does get done isn't always noticed, and it shouldn't be noticed. So invisible service means it happens without you ever seeing it. And back in the old days, at the time of making this quote, Bezos' thinking was that he didn't feel it was necessary to put contact information on Amazon's website, because if Amazon did what they were supposed to do, as well as they were capable of doing it, the customer would never have a reason to call. There shouldn't ever be a problem. And that works fantastically well, until it doesn't. Amazon may consider their processes to be flawless. The challenge for them, though, is that when they've delivered their part of the process, they turn the customer's package over to a delivery service. And what happens if that package gets lost or there's a delay in delivery? Is that Amazon's fault? Technically no, but whose fault does the customer think it is? And so who does the customer want to contact? Amazon, of course. Now, to be fair, Bezos realised this really quickly, and now it's really easy to get hold of someone from Amazon's customer support. Another thing to consider is that you never see what goes on behind the scenes, and that's why they call it behind the scenes. So for instance, if you ever visit a restaurant, you've probably got no idea of all the steps in the process that are taken to cook that meal, how it's checked for spec, how it's checked for quality, how it ends up on the table in front of you. You probably don't want to know, you probably don't even care, so long as it shows up on time the way it's supposed to. It's a non-event. You'd never notice because that's what's supposed to happen. That's what you expect. But if it doesn't show up on time, and it's not looking and tasting the way you expect it to, you notice it instantly. If someone behind the scenes doesn't do what they're supposed to do, if your meal arrives late or it's delivered to you at the wrong table, you notice. In other words, you notice what doesn't get done or what gets done incorrectly. You're so used to something that you don't even notice it until it's no longer there. So the best service may be invisible. It just goes unnoticed. It just happens the way it's supposed to until it doesn't happen. And the absence of good service, which always seems to happen, becomes obvious and gets noticed immediately. So a great question to ask yourself is, what are you doing to make sure invisible service always happens in your business? I hope you've enjoyed this short tip, and if you'd like to get a ton of great tips so that you can provide outstanding customer service for all your customers, grab your seat on our 3-part webinar series. The link is in the comments below. Till tomorrow, have a cracking day.